Hey. Now watch the comments. I'm here. Holy mackerel. Welcome to In Other News. Thank you for wrapping up your week with me. Hopefully we get you caught up, get you a few laughs, and, do what we always do, or is the afternooner because it never starts on time. I'm just going to throw that up here. Let's see what we got here, Derek. Yeah, it never starts on time. The quality of the show is worth the wait. I appreciate it. There you go. Holy cow. And I was looking for a Caitlin Collins RFK Jr. clip that I really wanted to have on the show. So it took me a few minutes, and I appreciate you allowing me that, giving me that, that time. Why in the bleep is everybody screaming? Like, why? You're about to hear from a guy, an absolute idiot, who is losing his mind. And I'll help you break down exactly what this takes. But what is he breaking down about? Of course, he's breaking down about this. Harvard University. Harvard, takes to Twitter because Twitter X is so evil. But there they are. Might have been True Social. Without its international students, Harvard is not Harvard. Exactly. That's what we voted for. It's exactly what we voted for. We do not need foreign students, international students coming in and in any way, shape, fashion, or form on our dime to an institution that we can't get into, but has a multi-billion-dollar endowment. We are done with it. We're over it. It's done. You had your chance. Oh, yes. Without me here at the table, this family dinner won't be a family dinner. I know. I sent you to your room without dinner because you're being a jerk. Good. There we go. Same thing. So what is this guy? What is he so freaked out about? And let's just listen to him, and then I'll reenact it. So here we go. This foul-mouthed laden idiot. Here we go.
Doesn't give a fuck if you die! These sick bastards in the house just passed their big, beautiful fucking bill. And it's full of cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, and SNAP. That means poor people, sick people, disabled people, hungry families. Apparently your survival is too fucking expensive. And Trump, he fucking violated a court order again. 12 migrants got deported to South Sudan.
Yes.
A country they're not even fucking from. No warning, no chance to speak, just ripped away like garbage, like their lives don't mean a goddamn thing. And now get this, Kristi Noem just revoked Howard's ability to enroll in international students. Not just new ones, existing international students are being forced to transfer out. These students work their asses to get out here, sacrificed everything, crossed oceans, carried dreams in their fists, targeted racist, nationalistic fucking bullshit. And ABC, they just told you to tone it down on Trump. Are you fucking kidding me? Tone it down while the country's on fire. No, we don't tone shit down. We scream. We shove the truth in their faces. We call Trump exactly what he is. A fascist, a criminal, a lying fucking tyrant. June 14th, we fucking mobilize nationwide. Loud, disruptive fears. This isn't a political issue. It's a fucking humanitarian emergency. We rise the fuck up and we do not stop.
TikTok, you don't stop. To the TikTok, you don't stop. Let me, I don't know if I have one around here, but let me, I don't have a tripod, but I have a cigar. So anyway, so this guy, here's this guy. This is me doing this guy right here. Set this up here. Good. Glasses are good. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So I got ABC. I got Harvard. Medicare, Medicaid. Got it. Okay. Go. Ah! So amazing. This moron doesn't understand that it has passed the House. It needs to go to the Senate, and then there's reconciliation. The current bill that passed will probably have none of this in. The current bill that passed doesn't have it. It cuts to Medicaid, cuts to people who believe it. Right, Chris? Oh man, I messed up the line. Dang it! I said Social Security. I meant Medicaid. All right, start again. I don't know how many takes it took the guy. You see, he's turning off his camera right there. Whatever he takes it took him. He probably had to just go calm down. Probably get some oxygen. Wow. Hey, look, he's red. Oh, that guy's just not having a good day. This is all just good, dude. Yeah. Well, you keep screaming like that, bud. no one that's on Medicaid and Medicare that should be on Medicaid and Medicare are going to lose their Medicaid and Medicare, period. Not going to happen, boss. It's going to be the largest tax decrease in American history. That's fact. Businesses have better opportunities to start businesses, no matter what you look like. Pretty cool, huh? And yeah, we're done with Harvard. Sorry, we the people are done with Harvard. We the people are absolutely 100% done with Harvard. We don't care. No one cares about Harvard except people that went to Harvard. Those are the only people that care about Harvard. Everywhere else, if people say, I went to Harvard, I think you're a pretentious ass. Sorry. I think J.D. Vance went to Harvard, too. And he'd probably be the first to admit it. Yeah, I'm a pretentious ass. Every time I mention Harvard, I feel like crap. I know. I haven't seen temper tantrum like that since, at least from a Democrat, since we took their slaves away. Yeah. Crazy, right? Yeah. Dude, and by the way, this they work their asses off. You know what? A lot of kids here in the United States work their asses off, too, to go to Harvard. Can't. Because of people that aren't citizens that are here going to Harvard. Now, I'm not saying don't have non-citizens go to Harvard. I think the vetting process needs to be a little more intense. And Harvard, now they're getting their hands smacked. I think it's good that hopefully they learn their lesson and maybe the indoctrination is a little tamped down a little bit. This hating of America is tamped down a little bit. When my son was little and threw a temper tantrum like that, I was home, I'd step over and go about my business. Yeah. Yeah, not getting an eye. It said this guy. All 8 people that follow him got really fired up about this. Yeah. It was at a party in the... I went to Harvard once. Yeah, been there. Been at a frat party. For the first time since the 60s. Yeah. That's a good point, Derek. Like, oh, wait a second. You mean everything's not free for us? I mean, we're not here getting the free ride? That doesn't make any sense. How are we not getting the free ride? This is what we paid for with our vote. Didn't you say you were going to buy our votes? I don't know what's going on with this thing. What's going on with this? What's happening with my camera? Why does it seem like somebody just turned out all the damn lights? I don't get what's happening. Hold on. Oh my gosh. If that's Tech or Tires, it's going to give you problems. I'll tell you that. Especially me. Why me? Why me? Oh, wait. It looks like somebody turned the light on. Okay, we're going to stick with that. Holy mackerel. Setting that Friday mood. Oh, yeah. Queen Bee already set the mood, said we're going to Bass Pro for a date. So it's totally set the mood. Totally down. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, Mike. That's right. The same bozo, and can we get his name? Do you guys know who this guy is? The bozo that was asking about nonsense in the meeting with the president of South Africa. And now today he's asking stupid questions again. He's with NBC. He's a complete ass. He's now that guy. He's like that. He's taken over for Jim Acosta, really. He's like that smarmy, snarky little, he gives a statement instead of a question. Donald Trump puts this dude in his place. Again, oh, sorry, we still have that guy on here? Yeah, my bad. Yeah, sorry, we don't need this guy. There we go. Here you go. All right, let's get him way off, even out of the studio. We don't need him. All right, here we go.
Treason is punishable by death. You've accused your adversaries of treason. Who specifically are you accusing of treason?
Well, I think a number of people, and I think what you...
Doesn't even hesitate. Doesn't pause. God, this is beautiful. Not, I might get in trouble here for saying this. Not a joke. It's just here. Here it is right here.
Look is that they have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person. If you look at Comey, if you look at McCabe, if you look at probably people higher than that, if you look at Strzok, they want an insurance policy so that should she, for any reason, lose, remember, 100 million to 1.
I've been one.
Maybe he said 100 million to nothing. But should she lose, we'll have an insurance policy and we'll get this guy out of office. And that's what they said, and that's what they meant. That's treason. That's treason.
Okay. Now, in case you missed any of that,
says treason is punishable by death. You've accused your adversaries of treason. Who specifically are you accusing of treason?
Well, I think a number of people, and I think what you look is that they have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person. If you look at Comey, if you look at McCabe, if you look at probably people higher than that, if you look at Strzok, they want an insurance policy so that should she, for any reason, lose, remember, 100 million to 1. Maybe he said 100 million to nothing. But should she lose, we'll have an insurance policy and we'll get this guy out of office. And that's what they said, and that's what they meant.
That is treason.
That's treason.
That is treason. He ain't playing. He ain't playing. So let's go to the Google machine. The definition, according to the Oxford Dictionary, speaking of Harvard and Ivy League nonsense, treason. The crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. An action of betraying someone or something. That's treason. Crime of murdering someone who there's several origins. Latin. Yeah, I don't even want to get into the origins. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, so Donald Trump is bringing up the big T word. And again, it's to rattle the cages. It's a lot like Big Fannie Willis in her class action, her RICO lawsuit, RICO case, excuse me. It's a lot like that. It's like, I'm going to start naming names of people that I'm going to accuse. I'm going to bring up for treason. Those people will start talking rather quickly. You rattle the cages, you see people start to freak out. And there's a reason. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is there a short new way? There's not a short list. Yeah. Give it to me, Derek. Article 3, Section 3 is please share with the class. So you can do the share with the class. Because, and look, I don't mind him saying that. How far are we going to allow this to go? With the Brennans, all of these users, all of them. Comey. I don't know about McCain. Just for handing over the dossier, I mean, come on. We might give McCain a pass. I don't do the whole war hero stuff. You can do whatever you want. I don't buy into that stuff. But I give him a pass on that one. But yeah, those guys are struck. All those guys, Lisa Page, treasonous. Period. End of story. Adam Schiff, the entire J6 committee, the impeachment committees, treason. Fannie Willis, treason. Letitia James, treason. I have no problem with that. Let's get it going. Okay. Then summarize for us, pal, if you could. All right, I'll go. Here we go. I'll just go to see here. Section 3, Article 3. Here we go. All right, Sec 3, Art 3. Art 3, Article 3, Section 3. There we go. That's what I said. Okay. Treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless on the testimony of two witnesses to the same act, to the same overt act, or on confession in open court. Okay. So basically, to get to treason, we have to have two people that were involved in it, because it's going back to that RICO thing that's happened. Okay, so I was on the right track. So going back to that RICO thing. So you talk about Lisa Page and Strzok. They're the FBI, so they turn on Comey, and they're like, yeah, we all did it together. Treason. Trump does have a case against it, you're right. 100%. Band called The Four Treasons. Well done, Brendan. That gets up there. That's for sure. This is solid. That's some solid stuff. Solid stuff. All right. It is Friday, so let's keep it going here and get moving right along. I will wrap it up with especially with Caitlin Collins. I mean, just what an absolute. She's either a robot or just one of the dumbest things. Like her, she's CNN's Nicole Wallace if she's this stupid, because it is nonstop. Instead of, oh, that's a good point, Mr. Secretary, very intelligent man. Oh, you were born to rich people. Yeah. Can we, the head of the Food and Drug Administration had an opening statement. I'm just going to play it in its entirety. Let's go.
Member Shaheen and members of the subcommittee, thank you for having me here to testify on the FDA budget for 2026. The Trump administration is proposing a $6.8 billion budget for the FDA, including $3.2 billion in budget authority and $3.6 billion in user fees for fiscal year 2026. This allows us to take the necessary steps to support the Make America Healthy Again agenda,
Yes,
as we have already been busy implementing. Now, I've been at the FDA for about 7 weeks, and I'm proud of the early progress we've made.
Yeah, fired. You're fired.
Working
You're
to remove all 9 petroleum-based food dyes from the U.S. food supply.
Bye.
Eliminating unnecessary animal testing requirements for drugs.
Yeah.
We approved a
beetles.
new blood test for
Puppies.
Alzheimer's, which could help enable more early treatment.
That's what I'm talking about.
For the pharmaceutical manufacturing facilities overseas that the FDA inspects,
Ukraine.
there has been a routine of using scheduled inspections, which in my opinion are no inspections at all. They're a joke.
Get him, Martin.
And we are moving towards surprise inspections.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't allow FDA inspectors anymore to accept limo rides from the pharmaceutical manufacturing companies that they are there to inspect.
Fair.
I'm amazed at some of the stuff that I'm learning when I look under the hood. We've begun taking action against new challenges, such as gas station heroin and childhood vaping with illegal Chinese vaping products.
Yep, those are gone.
Our borders have been far too porous. Working with the Trump administration's re-energized Customs and Border Protection, we're not wasting any time. Today, we are announcing the seizure of nearly 2 million illegal vaping products from China. Last week, we announced plans to withdraw from the market chewable, ingestible fluoride tablets currently prescribed to 6-month-old babies.
Excuse me?
And this week, we published in the New England Journal of Medicine our framework for COVID vaccine booster regulation so that developers and companies can see what we're thinking and have predictability. And we are planning to bring back gold standard science and common sense. We also have to modernize. On day 1 of me being on the job, I actively began an effort to organize, to use AI for our scientific reviewers to make their jobs easier.
Hell yeah.
Well, 2 weeks ago, we just announced our first AI-assisted review with the latest generation AI technology. One reviewer said that what normally took him 2 to 3 days, the AI did in 6 minutes.
That's true. So let's stop there. Y'all know I hate it. I hate this whole rise of the machines thing. You all understand this. I can't say it freaks me out. I didn't even have a Roomba. Dude, AI is kind of where it's at. I mean, if you're not getting on AI, you might get behind in your job rather quickly. So that's just why. I mean, it is. There's nothing you can do. We cannot stop this train. It is rolling. The AI train is a bullet train, and if you ain't on it, you're gonna be left behind. So, that's why I'm thinking, hey, this guy's definitely onto something.
I've set an aggressive goal of June 30th to have AI-assisted scientific reviews help our reviewers agency-wide. And we're going to be ahead of schedule and under budget on meeting that aggressive goal. The goal is to reduce the paperwork burden of reviewers, which is tremendous, so that we can deliver more cures and meaningful treatments to the American people faster. That's been the first 7 weeks of my job at the FDA. Here are other important goals I have for the FDA, and we're already hard at work on them. Healthier food for children, a universal flu shot, meaningful treatments for ALS, Parkinson's, and other neurodegenerative disorders.
Forget the flu nonsense.
Treatments for rare diseases.
Yeah.
Cancer therapies that are so powerful a tumor is eliminated without the need for surgery or chemo. That's not a theoretical. That's something we've already seen.
Holy hell, really?
And one of my highest priorities is to ensure that we are not wasting any time in evaluating novel treatments for PTSD. Many of our brave veterans served in unnecessary wars.
Ayahuasca.
And we owe it to them.
Damn right.
I've not yet hit the 2-month mark, so I'm doing a lot of listening. I appreciate all of your input. But one question we must ask is, why does it take over 10 years for a new drug to come to market?
Red tape.
My team and I are working very actively to examine the approval process in all of its details so we can try to figure out how to deliver more cures and meaningful treatments and devices faster and in a more user-friendly way for developers without cutting any corners on the scientific review and independence. We're also committed to President Trump's promise to lower drug prices. At the FDA, we can help by bringing more low-cost generics and biosimilars to market, among many other strategies we're exploring.
It's very PC.
In conclusion, the FDA is filled with an enormously talented and committed group of employees representing, in my opinion, one of the greatest brands in the world. It's my duty to make sure that everybody central to the core mission has all the resources they need to do their job well.
Thank God. None of us, by a show of hands, who has faith in the FDA? No one. This can actually bring faith and confidence into the Food and Drug Administration of the United States of America. That's what we are looking for. That's what we need. Faith and confidence in the people that are supposed to be on our side when it comes to you shouldn't eat that. You should eat that. You eat a lot of that crap. Don't eat that crap. Yeah. And if you want to eat this crap, it's on you, but here's what it's going to do to you. But if you want to, dive in. Yeah, someone's going to rock that old system and fix some things. I know, buddy. I know. All right, because I don't want it to get all like, at the end of the show, be like, how do I say goodbye? No, don't want any of that stuff. Anyway, Chris brings up a good point and a good topic for the show today. So, yes, we need to talk about Memorial Day, the true meaning behind it, the reason why we're able to have a barbecue, beer, the brats. Student of those who gave that ultimate sacrifice. Please remember them, right? Remember our very own Wyatt Martin, who died December 12, 2014, Kandahar province, Afghanistan. Thank you for your sacrifice, Wyatt. You are my hero. And today on Monday, where we're celebrating. On Monday, we actually get to think about those, remember those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. And in that, it's the Gold Star family. So Wyatt True, thank you. Thank you, Wyatt's family. Wyatt's Wyatt's in the spot. Wyatt's good. His family's still here suffering. And I think that is where it is it is kind of lost in Memorial Day. We're like, oh yes, thank you all those who died. Okay. Agreed. How about the families that have that empty seat at the table? And I hate the Biden administration for taking an empty seat at the table, which that's what it should represent, not someone who died of COVID. The empty seat at the table was somebody who wrote a blank check to the United States of America and all of we the people with a value up into their life. It's pretty solid. And those that gave, let's be honest, we call it, gave, I understand that, gave because it honors them. Taken might pull us out of there's not a country in the world that wouldn't be better off with a good invading mentality, that their life was taken from them. Their loved one was taken from them. Our hero was taken from us. Might spin the table a little bit. I don't agree with the person who brought me this, but because I think he's an evil human being, but I will give him credit. And I'm not going to even name his name, but I will say that when he said it, it made sense to me. I'm an anti-war guy. I'm pro-military, very anti-war. Peace through strength. Love that. He said, you want to get rid of wars, especially endless wars, reinstitute the draft. And I thought, the hell? It's kind of crazy. It's a good point, Chris. Get in a second. I thought that's kind of crazy. Until I thought about it. He goes, listen, there's no one, no parent would vote for a pro-war politician ever again. Ever again. And I've had my views of war evolve, I would hope, to the right side over the years. That has helped in that. And I understand, Chris, y'all knew what you were signing up for. I know, and that's what makes you heroes. But that doesn't take away that a hero was taken from us, because that's why you are heroes. You don't have to be a hero. You don't have to lose your life to be a hero. It's like you put that uniform on, you're a hero. My dad in Vietnam was a hero. He's drafted, got lucky, was assigned stateside, never saw combat, but he still had to put the damn uniform. Instead of go to the basic, he still had to put the damn uniform on. He still had to have that risk of, okay, at any time, they can call me up. Hero. I know what you guys, I know you guys, especially in the military, you guys give the reservists a bunch of heat. I know, and good, you should, because it's just fun, because we should all rip on each other, and we shouldn't be sensitive, and we should just do do those kinds of things. But if you're in the reserves, just out there 1 weekend a month doing your thing, hero. You know exactly what you know what you're signing up for. You know damn what you're signing up for. None of us wanted to be there. Exactly. But you knew what you were signing up for. It's a good point, Chris. But you all knew what you were signing up for when you put that uniform on. Heroes. And I think, and this is unpopular as it gets, and I don't care. I understand it's Memorial Day, but I know the true value and meaning of Memorial Day. I get it. There needs to be level of hero. Like my dad would tell you very straight. My dad would be like, I am the lowest level of hero. Period. I served my tour in, I want to say, a military base in Arkansas. He managed the golf course. That was his assignment. Now, I think that if you want to have that kind of thing, we want to have military golf courses, military pool halls, bowling alleys, all that kind of stuff, military, any kind of recreation, military maintenance on military bases. That's for guys like me that hit their 40s and 50s and go like, man, my biggest regret in this world is not putting on a uniform. Well, report to basic. We have jobs for you. I would love that. I really would. Yeah, that's right, buddy. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why y'all are heroes. I get it. 100%. Yep. Even families with sacrifices there and the child spouse signed up. Oh, yeah. The horror. And think about this, because I've known several young men who have gone into, one in the Marines, one into the Army, and one into the Navy. There was so much excitement and energy and adrenaline signing that piece of paper and getting ready to go to basic, right? There's all of that. What's not noted is the fear, anxiety, and just horror of mom. Might be pride, might be a lot of pride in that chest, might be some tears of pride flying down, but mom is scared out of her mind. Her baby just did that. And to me, when the baby was lost, that family is just as much a hero. Memorial Day to me is for them as well. The Gold Star families, right? Yeah. Talk about it. I need to take a second. Raise a glass. Talk about it. Talk about it with the people at the barbecue. At a barbecue, be like, yeah, man, a lot of people get Veterans Day and Memorial Day confused. Bring it up that way. Great way to start the conversation. So many people get Veterans Day and Memorial Day confused. Nobody even knows what Armed Services Day is. Nobody knows what the hell that is. You know what I mean? Start the conversation that way. And like today we remember, and that's when maybe you can, then y'all raise a glass, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Many guys went to high school with signed up, including my husband, brothers. Yeah. You went to high school with Dan? Y'all are high school sweethearts? Did not know that. Okay. Anyway, thanks, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah. Good. Way to take over, Rover. Told you this is our show, damn it. This is our show. All right. So I don't even have like plans for that kind of stuff. I really don't. It's just a long weekend for me, but I will definitely be remembering. And I kick myself in the butt because my grandfather's flag is there. I wanted to have my grandfather's flag behind me today, and I don't. What's the protocol on that? Is there a protocol on that? I bought this flag. I bought this guy. Could I have my grandfather's flag with it? Is that just no? It's a no. Guys, help me out. Really help me out. I'm asking sincerely because I know you guys wouldn't steer me wrong in this. Oh, okay. We knew each other back then. Oh, okay. Got it. When I got back into this 19 years after, got it. Ooh, yeah. He's like, ooh, what's up, Rhonda? You're like, ooh, Dan. All right. Everybody grew up. Okay. Got it. I got it. Yes, you can, but I wouldn't. Okay. I was checking. I didn't even, and the idea wasn't oh my gosh, I need to do that. My idea was just, can I don't know if I can do that. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. All right. Let's keep going here. Let's get back to these wonderful cabinet hearings, because the Democrats are just so pissed off. A, that Donald Trump was elected. B, that his cabinet is kicking ass every which way. His cabinet is everything we voted for. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that, buddy. Yes, sir. And that's what I thought. That's why I ask. You always ask. And like I always say, if you have to ask, it's usually no. Anyway, the Democrats are losing their minds because they understand how screwed they are, especially now that this Biden cover-up, this auto pen scandal, all of this stuff is being exposed. And by the way, who saw that list and didn't know? We knew. All of it's being exposed. They're never going to get back in. They're never getting back in to power, that is. Sheldon Whitehouse, one of the worst human beings to ever grace Washington, D.C. This man is, we'll get into why in a moment, but here we go. Lee Zeldin is up. Lee Zeldin is our EPA director or secretary of secretary of EPA. I don't know which is secretary or whatever. He's the boss. Lee Zeldin's mad. I'm sorry, Sheldon Whitehouse is mad because he said that he tore through something and he doesn't believe that he did. This is how childish it gets. And Lee Zeldin spanks Sheldon Whitehouse on the Senate chamber.
View of everything. And that concept doesn't work for you.
When did you conduct an individualized review
every
of
single
781
because
grants?
We have a zero tolerance
policy. Will you show me your schedule?
Dollars. We inherit something. You don't care about wasting money.
Will you show me your schedule?
You don't care about wasting money, but the Trump administration does, Senator.
Will you show me your schedule?
Our schedule's publicly released. We don't put on the schedule every single moment.
Will you show me your schedule to prove your assertion that you did individualized review of 781?
Under oath, telling you that I was reviewing
781 grants. Okay, so then Sheldon, will you tell me where you have read every law that you have voted for? Because what we found out here, buddy, is that you only reviewed the parts where you were funneling money to your wife's 501c3. Are those the parts of the laws that you reviewed? Sheldon Whitehouse backed legislation that funneled millions to his wife's environmental nonprofit, Ocean Conservancy. She's been paid nearly $2.7 million, while the group raked in $14.2 million in federal grants funded by bills White House voted for. Yeah, that's why he's pissed off, because his wife, they're enriching themselves with federal grants, and he's ticked off.
And working on it almost every single day.
And the problem
because
with
when I was before this committee, I was asked by Senator Ricketts, if confirmed, would I immediately make this a top priority to go through all the grant funding going through EPA to make sure that we are cracking down on every waste, every aspect of abuse, because I have to come back here in front of Senator Ricketts today. And even though you don't care about wasting tax dollars, Senator Ricketts does.
And the
I'm
problem-
gonna do my job because the American public
And the
cares
problem-
about us not wasting tax dollars.
And the problem with your assertion here today is that it is belied by your own employees' sworn statements in court and by the decision of the
Senator,
Department of
you're not
Justice
grasping
to
the fact-
admit that what you say
you're
isn't
not grasping
true.
the fact that we would have multiple employees looking
Yes,
at these
they have a
grants.
staff, you
that
idiot.
concept just escapes you like that's even a possibility.
The only
You
thing
come
about
here
that is that
and
that's
you don't
not
care
true.
about 99% of this story.
That's not true according to your own
You don't.
employees'
You're not grasping
testimony.
I don't know what to say to you. You're insisting on the fact.
I'm
that
insisting on the facts.
that
That's
he
exactly
only-
what I'm insisting
Yes.
on.
Okay, so essentially, if you're not keeping up with us here, so Sheldon Whitehouse is pissed off that Lee Zeldin said that he has personally reviewed 791 grants. And by the way, those grants that were denied were going to Sheldon Whitehouse's wife. That's right. Some of them were going to his wife. So he's pissed off that he's not going to get his payday because of Lee Zeldin, who said that he has reviewed the 78. He and his staff is what he's trying to explain. Me and my staff. Yes, we have employees that do this. You ass. Nope, that's not your own assertion. Your own assertion was that you personally did it. Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm insisting on the facts, and I now have
I will
three
say
different
again
versions of the facts,
that Travis
including
Hoyles
Department
and
of
I
Justice
and others
lawyers
are working on this every
who
single day
admitted
that
in
we're
court
in
that what you're saying
and we're
now
not going
is
to
not
waste
true.
dollars just because you insist on EPA lighting taxpayer dollars on fire. The American taxpayers, they put President Trump
Get
in
him,
office
kid.
because of people like you. They have Republicans in charge of the House and Senate because of people like you.
Get him,
because
kid.
you don't care about 99% of this story. You don't want me to go through the list of all the evidence of waste and abuse. You
No,
don't
what I
care
want you to do-
in conflicts of interest.
What I
don't
want
care
you to
about
do-
qualified recipients. You don't care about
What I
reduced
want you to
agency
do-
oversight.
What I want you to do is give my wife money, damn it. That's what I would like you to do. It's hard to live in Rhode Island. Rhode Island is expensive. Oh, Sheldon. What in the world happened here? Holy mackerel. What the Apple Intelligence? Why is my phone talking to me? All right. Yeah. So here we go. Sorry. Apple Intelligence is coming after me. It's always funny that Dem's calling someone unfair. Yeah. Little sneaky backdoor stuff. Oh, shock as Rhonda's clutching her pearls. Oh, I can't believe that. Let's wrap it up with two cool things. First is iRobot Caitlin Collins. I don't know if she is a robot or if she really is just this dumb, because it's unbelievable that she sat down with RFK Jr. All RFK Jr. is talking about is, look, we're trying to make there's nothing healthy essentially about processed foods. And then, no, I'm sorry, there's nothing cheap about cheap food, because later you pay for it with the diabetes and you pay for it with health problems. And she tries to come back after him with that instead of going, that's a good point, sir. We're really glad you're helping the food supply and really making America healthy. We really appreciate that. Nope. Well, you can afford it. You're from a rich family. That's what she brings up. I'll see if I'm starting with the right one here. See if we can get...
Why that's what's on the food or at the table at the end of the day, or that's what's in their lunchbox.
It's an illusion to think that processed food is cheap, because you end up paying for it with diabetes. You end up paying for it with autoimmune disease.
Look at her. She doesn't move.
Dysregulation, with mitochondrial dysfunction, with inflammation, and you end up paying much higher costs in the long run.
But they're not paying.
Now, there
for
are
it at the
food
grocery
deserts.
store.
But they're not paying for that at the grocery store. How stupid is that response? Okay, he said it's not inexpensive because you're paying for it later on with basically the health of your life, and you're paying for it with medical bills. And you're paying for it in lost revenue and lost income, lost production. Well, you're not paying for it at the grocery store. Dang. You know something, Chris? At one time, I thought, oh yeah, she fine. I thought she was good looking. I was like, what's up, girl? Nope. I can buy one of those dolls from Jen if I want to. Be more fun than her, I'll tell you that much. Oh, yeah, here we go.
On ultra processed foods and getting into that here, You were born into a privileged background, obviously not something you can control, but I wonder what you would say to maybe a single mom of 2 kids who's reading this report about how harmful these cheap but very accessible foods are.
But I like this. Look at the scroll there. RFK Jr. Food that American eat is poisoned. You got to throw it in quotes.
Saying, well, you know, sometimes that's the best we can do, and that's why that's what's on the food or at the table at the end of the day, or that's what's in their lunchbox.
Okay,
it's an illusion.
Comes back
as it has been in the past, and that's been part of the economic drivers, and also health technology companies this week. And it was an extraordinary meeting, and one of the statements they made is that there's no place in this country, in the lower 48, you can't get access to good foods. It's not easy access, it has been in the past, and that's been part of the economic drivers, and also the fact that people don't understand that these processed foods are poison.
But
They're more and more, and you're watching companies now.
See, look, she goes, oh yeah, but it is whatever. They know it's poison, but they say it's cheaper to go to McDonald's. Listen to this evil woman.
Are changing their ingredients because of this movement, and are making good food more available to Americans because they're demanding it. There was no
Hey, Chris, you started it, by the way.
Demand for it before. This report is about getting every American to demand the accessibility to good whole food in their neighborhoods. And
that is the most Kennedy thing I've heard him say. That's a very Democrat thing. You need to demand that we have access to this or access to that. That's the most Kennedy thing. And yet she still won't go for it. And by the way, 6 states have eliminated junk food and sugary drinks from their SNAP rolls. You can't go to Burger King and get SNAP. You can't go to you can't use it for candy and soda. Can't. What does that do? It does exactly what RFK Jr. is talking about. It shows them, oh, well, I can't eat healthy. Yeah, you can. Watch. Take your card, take your list, go to the store. We'll get chicken out, and it's free. Go get it right there. It's all free. Oh, single moms don't have time to cook. Raw is the easiest way to eat, the most healthy way you could possibly eat. Here's a whole bunch of vegetables and some hummus. It's all on your list. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. My sister, same way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a damn dollar move. Yeah. Yeah. You shouldn't be able to use it for that. Top ramen. Amen, brother. Top ramen's crap. Oh, you can't have salt. What do you mean? Your body's made of salt water. Give me a crap. Oh, it's too much salt in that. Lick your arm. Yeah. Too much salt in that. I love that crap. It just makes me laugh. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Let's keep going. My man here.
That, it's going to be a process, but it's already happening. You see these big fast food conglomerates that are switching from seed oils to beef tallow fat. You see them reducing the ingredients. You see Chobani yogurt changing its ingredients because of the demand that has happened because of the Maha movement. We are going to make sure they have apps that mothers who go into the grocery store have an app that they can flash on the barcode of every product and get a green light, red light, or yellow light.
My man.
That will allow them
HHS is creating that?
We're working with industry to do it, and they're already doing it. Mark Hunt.
See? If she can't just let the man go. Let him cook. No pun intended there. I really didn't mean that one as a pun, I promise. Let him cook. This I can't be, and you guys know I've geeked out over RFK Jr. Since I said I was probably voting for him, and this is the reason why. This is literally the reason why. I know he's a man of his word. He's a man of integrity, and I'd rather have that. And for a Kennedy, Christ Almighty, yeah, and for a Kennedy, seriously. Oh, and by the way, speaking of the meat and potatoes, I did not know this. I did not know that country. If you go to the store, they call them country style pork boneless ribs. That's just pork shoulder. I have pork shoulder coming out of my ears. I've been making these country ribs for a minute. Oh, they're good. Woo! Been grilling them, slow cooking them, smoking them, put them in the fryer. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Healthy, trying to be a healthy boy. I'm going to be at the beach for 5 days. We got to be healthy. All right. Let's do this. Let's get to let's end on a positive note. How do we end on a positive note? We end it this way on a positive note.
Some good news for your wallet this Memorial Day weekend. We're looking at the cheapest gas prices since 2021. That's according to a new report from Gas Buddy. It's forecasting the national average for gasoline will be $3.08 per gallon. That's down 50 cents from last year. Gas Buddy says that's thanks to lower crude oil costs and a production increase from OPEC Plus, a group of the world's largest oil exporting countries.
There you go. Look, $3, anything north of $2.50, actually $2.20 is too much for me. It's just too much. Tired of it. That $2.20 was when Donald Trump left office. It was $2.20. This shot up over $4, and now we're getting excited about his $3.08. Yeah. I did not make a casserole with it. Thank you very much. I did not. Where do you get papers big enough to roll pork shoulders in? Yeah, nice. Nice. I see what you did there. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. Y'all, we've already gone through it. You know what this weekend's about. Make sure you at least pause for a moment and trying to be, sitting around watching, war movies and crying and this and that. And I'm not saying do that. Raise a glass, high five your buddy, hug somebody. If you got a Gold Star family that's near you, just wrap them up, give them a hug. Hey, invite them. Invite them over. If you're having something going on, if you got a thing and you know a family down the road lost a loved one, just go knock on the door. Hey, we're having a little get together. Would love to have you there. All right. So have a very thoughtful and very safe Memorial Day. And we'll do this again on Tuesday right here on In Other News. Have a